What's up, guys? This is Last Man. I'm here with Critical and Euphorics. I'm just going to be doing a quick Q&A with Critical. He was at the Eurogamer event this weekend for Halo 4. To sit down with the game, played a little bit, so we're going to get some thoughts and impressions from him.
Yeah, hi, I'm Critical, and I just went to Eurogamer today, and I really want to share my thoughts and what I saw and played today. Yeah.
Yep, and I'm Euphorics. I'm going to be elaborating on some of Last Man's questions if I sort of get any piqued interest regarding what Critical has to say. So, Last Man, whenever you're ready to kick off these questions, we can get into it.
Well, Eurogamer's definitely grown in the recent years, and I would have to say that the event was massive in itself, and Halo 4 was a massive cooling. There was so many people dressed up the part, going in their sort of Master Chief armor and that, and there was just a massive queue for the game. The queue stretched back, and it was probably like a 2-hour queue at times, maybe even longer than that. So, a lot of people turned out to play the game, and I think a lot of people went away happy. So, yeah, it was definitely a brilliant atmosphere. So yeah, I definitely like the first game I played. I played on what used to be Wraparound Haven, and the battle rifle definitely felt like it fitted its place, and so did the DMR. They both felt like they fitted in their exact role. And I think with the primary weapons, what we're going to see in Halo 4 is people are going to need to switch their weapons depending on what sort of role they're playing in that specific game. And I think a good player is going to be defined over a great player, or a great player is going to be defined over a good player, even by the fact that they change their weapon frequently in game to adjust to what the situation calls. But the weapons are extremely well balanced, and they fit into their ranges really well. But that being said, if you're the better player and you're going off against someone who hasn't played the game, you can still use a weapon that's not in its like optimal range and win that kill or that point. So I think they've really, nailed it with the primary weapons and the starting weapons. Yeah, so I had a brief go with the Boltshot, and the Boltshot definitely felt like a Halo weapon. Like all the secondary weapons, all the weapons I played with, felt like Halo weapons. So I mean, the Boltshot was, I got a couple of really nice kills with it, and I really enjoyed it. That being said, the games I did play, the first game I did play, I utterly enjoyed, and I went and got a 19 and 2 with 4 snipes and a killtacular in the first game of the game I played. So I definitely found it an enjoyable game, and I felt that all the weapons seemed to fit very nicely into the game, and it felt like Halo. So with the secondary weapons that's included, they all feel very Halo-like, and they all fit into the sandbox nicely.
I have a little more on the bolt shot. A lot of people online are concerned that its secondary overcharge feature is going to be overpowered since it can be a one-shot kill at extremely close range. Did you feel that was the case, or did you feel that it was well balanced enough that it isn't sort of overpowered and it's nothing that people should be worried about?
So I didn't actually get a chance to like use it at all the different ranges, and I'm not quite sure how many shots it takes to kill someone with it. But from playing with it, it did feel powerful. I'm not gonna talk it down. It felt very powerful. But that being said, I mean, when it came to using it at close range, I think it was probably about a 5 shot kill with the bolt shot to kill someone. I could be quite off there. But it didn't feel overpowered. It felt powerful, but it didn't feel overpowered. So it's a really fine line, I think, with that weapon in particular. And I know that they've still got a little bit of time to change the game from the build that I played. So that could have been rectified. I mean, this wasn't the release build. They're still sort of putting that through. Even though it's gone gold, I'd imagine they're still putting that through testing. So, but it didn't feel like it was overpowered. So I think we can lay that one to rest. That it was powerful, but not overpowered. So the first game I played, I died twice in, as I said, and one of them was simply because I ran out of ammo and I couldn't read the HUD, and the second time I died was because of the Needler, and the Needler felt incredibly overpowered to me at the time. I was strafing and I was I had my BR out and I was fighting this opponent, and he was a good medium to close range. And he wasn't a particularly skillful opponent, and he seemed to unload his needler into my kneecap, or about a third to half of its clip. And that killed me. And it was a very large, powerful explosion, and I did feel at that point that the needler was overpowered. And I do foresee that you're going to have the sort of problem with Halo Reach where you had the jetpack and needler combo, or that sort of thing. It does definitely feel overpowered, but that being said, if it goes into you don't have to put that weapon into competitive settings. So it could be something that's just overpowered in normal playlist. So really, I mean, as soon as I got into the first game, I was lucky enough to spawn with like a sniper rifle in clear sight, and I don't know, I'm not quite sure on whether that spawns there all the time or whatnot. But basically, I got a sniper rifle within the first like 12 seconds of a game, and immediately I picked up the weapon, and the first like clip I fired, I hit 2 body shots and a headshot with it, and I mean, a lot of people make jokes about the best man gameplay where he picked up the sniper rifle and was the first person to actually pick up a sniper rifle in gameplay, and he missed a lot of shots with it, or missed all of the shots with it, I think. And I actually really sympathize with him because the weapon is extremely different. Aiming magnetism is definitely minimal, to say the least. And it means that you're going to really have to kind of go back to the drawing board a little bit on some aspects and redesign how you're going to use your sniper. And it's definitely going to go back into a class and a fitting where you're going to want to bring it back into the backfield a little bit more and play with it where you're kind of trying to scope it with a little bit more. You're not really going to want to put yourselves in that medium range distance where you're going to have to no scope. It's just not going to be a comfortable environment because of the way that the aim magnetism works. So that's my big thing with the sniper rifle. Yeah, again, I did, as I said, I got a headshot with it, and I'm imagining that it's going to get better over time. But it's definitely not got half the magnetism of the Halo Reach sniper rifle, and it does still have that hit scan. So it's a bit different, and that's really all I can say on that. The sticky detonator, I got an amazing double kill with. I was very satisfied with at the moment that it happened, and a couple of the Microsoft guys were actually over my shoulder, and I heard a couple of wows and that, so I was very pleased with that. And I think it's a brilliant, like, stunning gun when you actually get a skillful kill with it, and I think it could lead to some really, really cool plays. I think that a lot of people are going to use it to bait people in, and I don't know if everyone knows how this weapon actually works, but it seemed to me like you pull the trigger to fire the nade out, and then you pull the trigger a second time to explode it. So what I did was I fired the nade launcher, the sticky launcher thing, or whatever it's called, and I hit an opponent with it, and I didn't even know that it hit him, and I changed out to my BR, and I put a couple shots in him, and I was thinking, oh, this isn't working. So I changed back out, pulled the trigger again on my sticky launcher, and it exploded, and I got myself a really nice double kill. And basically, my point there is, I mean, you can actually hold it and switch weapon, which is something you couldn't do with the nade launcher in Halo Reach. So that means that you could do some really tricky plays with it. You could actually like bait people down a corridor, and then they walk down it, and then suddenly bam in their face, nade from nowhere. So you could really get creative with it, just from the way that the mechanic works on it. So I think they're the two weapons I got the most hands-on with, and they were definitely fun, but different to anything we've seen before in their own respects. And the sniper rifle wasn't crazy different. I don't want to like freak anyone out, but you did have to go back to the drawing board a little bit on how you would use it. So I think that really sums up power weapons nicely. So yeah, from what I saw, the sandbox, the primary weapons were absolutely down, and down to perfection. Even the assault rifle fit in place. Like, it was a weapon that, playing the game, if I was out a weapon, I would pick it up possibly over a BR in certain situations, because simply it was very effective in that close range scenario. So really, I mean, all the weapons have their range rolls, and they all work really nicely with each other, and there's probably like one or two exceptions which just don't seem to fit to the rules, and that would probably just be the needler, and possibly if it could be a case that the Boltshot is overpowered to a very little extent. It felt powerful, but I wouldn't go so far to say it was overpowered from what I played with it, but it could be another outlier to that rule. But all in all, primary weapons definitely perfect, or as perfect as possible. The secondary weapons and the power weapons, for the most part, all fit into the sandbox beautifully.
Alright guys, I'm Euphorix. That'll do it for us from HaloCouncil.com. Be sure to click the thumbs up button and subscribe for all your Halo 4 needs. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.